Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to share with you some Thanksgiving appetizers and a few little treats, so if you guys want to see what I came up with, then please keep watching. Alright, first up is our Brie and Cranberry little pastries. These are really good and easy to make. I went ahead and bought these pre-made phyllo cups from Albertsons. So I'm going to grease my little mini cupcake pan and place those in there. Now you want to make sure that it's nice and non-stick. I didn't have any spray, so I just used some oil. Now we're going to cut up our Brie. I only used like almost a quarter of it, or even not even a quarter, a third of it. So here I am, I'm cutting off the end and cutting it into tiny little cubes. You don't want them to be too big or too small, you just want to have a nice even bite of all of the ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and place them in the bottom of the phyllo cup. Then we're going to place it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 5 minutes. They're already nice and browned. It's just to warm them up and to melt the cheese. So here's what it looks like. I'm just going to take a spoon and flatten everything out. And then we are going to take our cranberry sauce. Now I use the jelly can kind. It does have little bits of cranberry in it, little chunks, but you can use the smooth kind or your own if you would like. This is supposed to be super easy and quick for that busy Thanksgiving day, so I use the canned stuff. I use like a tiny little teaspoon. It's a little coffee spoon. If you have that, use that. If not, it's okay. Now I'm just taking some black pepper. The recipe called for it. And then now I'm going to put some little pieces of rosemary, just a couple. I chopped it up. You don't want it to be, a big bite of rosemary when you bite into it, but it's really for garnish and to make it look pretty. So here's what it looks like when it's all done. These were really, really tasty and they taste best warm. So try to make these if you're going to serve them towards the end, right before your party. Alright, next up is our spinach and artichoke cups. Now these are really, really simple and really easy to do. You can always use the phyllo cups if you want to keep it streamlined and only use one ingredient for two appetizers. So here I am cutting it into little squares. We are going to press it down into that same mini muffin pan. Again, make sure it's nice and greased so you don't have it stick, because that would be bad. You want them to come out in that nice little cup shape. You'll see later what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and press them all down. Now the next step is optional. I did whisk up one egg to do an egg wash, just to make sure that the edges there get nice and brown and crisp. Like I said, completely optional, but I feel like it really helped to ensure that it was brown and looked nice and pretty for the presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and spread that throughout. Now I just showed you the dip I'm using. I did get this dip from Costco. It is a Stone Mill brand. It is my absolute favorite, but you use whatever you like. Again, I'm using that tiny little spoon. It is a coffee spoon, just to get a perfect portion. And make sure you do not touch the spoon into that egg wash and then dip it back into the dip. If you're going to be eating the dip later, you don't want to cross-contaminate, so just keep that in mind. Now we're going to top it with a little bit of mozzarella, not too much. As you can see here, I kind of broke up some of the pieces just to get a nice little chewy, cheesy bite on top. And it browns up really nice as well. And then for the final touch, we will add some parsley just to bring out that green. And that is it. We're going to pop it into the oven. Now I just followed the cooking instructions on the back of the can. I believe it was 375 for about 10 minutes. I did put mine in for a few more just to get it nice and brown, but these turned out absolutely delicious. Alright, next up is our sweet potato bites. These were really good, but I will say that they were very, very tricky. So I went ahead and peeled 2 sweet potatoes and cut them, as you can see, maybe about a 1/4 inch thick. Try to keep it as consistent as possible for baking purposes. It'll bake a lot more evenly and quickly if you do it all the same. Alright, next we're going to put it into a bowl and mix it with some ground cinnamon, some maple syrup, and then also about 3 tablespoons of butter. Now the maple syrup, I measured kind of, I put it in here, but I did end up adding more. It just made it taste even better to me. And the recipe did not call for cinnamon, but I felt like it needed it, so I'm going to go ahead and mix all of that up. Now I'm cutting my marshmallows. I got the big jumbo ones. Now this was the tricky part in the oven. I cut them in half thinking that would be less of a mess. So I measured it, as you could see earlier. I put it on top of the sweet potato just to see, but you'll see here in a second what I'm talking about. So I go ahead and spread out the sweet potatoes on a piece of parchment paper. I stuck it in the oven about 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. I flipped it halfway through, so I flipped it at 10 minutes, made sure they were nice and soft, as you can see. Make sure you can stick a fork through it. Okay, as you can see here, I'm putting about half of the marshmallow on there. On the larger ones, on the smaller ones, you can see I halved it again, so I put a little quarter size of a marshmallow. Now you have to keep your eye on this. It will burn. I had a few of them burn and I had to redo it, but as soon as you take them out, you want to take your pecans and put them right on top and smash them down so they will stick, and then let them cool before you decide to transfer them to a plate. I made that mistake and it made a mess. Just wait, let them cool, and yeah, as you can see here, they look absolutely delicious. They were really, really good. Alright, next up is our ranch cheese ball. It is in the shape of an acorn. It's super cute. So I did make this off screen last night so it could set up in the fridge. It's just 2 blocks of cream cheese, some mayonnaise, some Worcestershire sauce, and a ranch seasoning packet, and then some sharp cheddar cheese. You're going to mix all that together and shape it into that acorn shape. Now I'm taking a pretzel rod and sticking it in, and then we're going to be using some whole pecans to make the top of the acorn. This came out super cute, very, very easy to do. As you can see here, I decided to add another layer of pecans. It's adorable. I'm also going to take some pecans, crush them up real good, make it almost into a powder, and then we're going to press it into the cheese ball to make it look more like an acorn. So now we're just going to spread it onto the cheese ball and push it down. I did use a spatula to make sure it really got in there around the edges, and I kind of tucked it underneath to make it look all nice and even, and got all those loose pieces really stuck in there. Here I am taking that wood spoon and really pushing in the pecans, and also, you know, really carving out that shape of the acorn to make sure it looks nice and kind of round at the end there, as you can see. Now we're just going to take some crackers. You can take whichever kind you like. I got these at Walmart. They were really good. And I'm just going to spread them around, and that is it. You will serve it right on this cutting board. Super easy, really fun, and everybody loves a cheese ball. You can't go wrong with this one. Now here I am popping in one of my other cheese balls from my fall charcuterie board that I made last year. If you guys want to go check out that video, there's some great ideas in there for Thanksgiving as well. This one is a pumpkin taco cheese ball, really tasty, in the shape of a pumpkin, so it's perfect for Thanksgiving as well. So I will leave that linked above. Alright, the last two are going to be sweet. Now this is a store-bought pumpkin pie. You can get yours anywhere you'd like, make it from scratch, do whatever you'd like. Super simple, this one. Taking a round cookie cutter and then some whipped cream. And we're going to cut our little rounds of pumpkin pie. Now if you have like a smaller circular cookie cutter, that might be better for more of a true like bite, like a little appetizer, but these are fine. You can always cut them in half or fourths if it's too big for you, but I think it came out really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of them out, and don't worry, we did end up eating all those little bites of pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie, it's my favorite pie. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of pie is your favorite and what you do for Thanksgiving. I'm curious, 'cause some people like pecan, some people like pumpkin, some people like apple. Let me know. And then finally we're gonna add some whipped cream on top, and this one is done. Super easy. You can always save this for dessert too if you'd like. Alright, this last one is for the kiddos. I thought this was a really cute idea. So you're going to take some caramels. They're kind of hard, as you can see here. I'm going to pop them in the microwave. Some milk chocolate and some pretzel sticks. I'm using the same one that I used for my cheese ball. And here, I don't know what happened to my footage, but I heated up my caramels and kind of wrapped it around the pretzel, as you can kind of see as I'm demonstrating. Did that for all of them. Now we're gonna melt up our milk chocolate. You can use dark chocolate too, or white chocolate, whatever. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. And then I'm gonna dip it into the chocolate and kind of coat it with a spoon just to make sure we get a nice chocolate coating on there. Then I'm gonna tap off the excess, and look at these little turkey legs. How cute. I thought it was precious. My daughter absolutely loved these. She tore them up. They're really cute for the kids. Adults too would like them. Who doesn't like caramel and chocolate? And then I'm just gonna let them set in the fridge for 5-10 minutes till they harden, and that's it, guys. Alright guys, those are my Thanksgiving appetizer ideas. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know in the comments down below if you try any of these or if you've made these before. I thought they were super easy to do, perfect for Thanksgiving Day when it's hectic and family's there and you're cooking. These are really easy, really light too. None of these recipes have any meat, so it should be really light and easy and it won't fill you up, so you won't ruin your Thanksgiving meal. But I hope you guys have a good day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!